Is it not professional to put this and all? But here in the Middle East, I think it's in between. We need a fine balance.
How do Gen Zs differ from millennials? What are the redeeming qualities?
Most designers think that AI is still not a replacement of, no matter how good is the prompt, you still need a 3D visualizer to at the end do your 3D.
How do you, as a recruiter, filter through what they try to fake it until they make it? Or how do you see what is authentic and what employers really want to see?
My question is how much does nationality, race play in shaping offers and career progression?
Then nationality and discrimination is something really heavy here that we talk a lot about it.
I am excited for our conversation today. Our guest today is Esther Echevarria, the founder of L&C Recruitment, a firm she has been leading for over 7 years in Dubai and across the UAE. With a focus on engineering, architecture, and design, she has built a reputation for connecting top talent with leading organizations. Her vision is to make L&C Recruitment the first choice for designers and construction professionals seeking opportunities or growth in the region. Guys, help me welcome Miss Esther Echevarria to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, welcome to Lines to Legacies. Now, we have a good show for you today, and just so you know, these questions are typically asked by people to recruiters such as yourself. Now, I want to start off this conversation by asking not on the hiring or how people are hired, but why do people leave their company in the first place? What do the statistics say about that, or the common reasons why people, most especially in the design and construction industry, leave their companies?
I don't have numbers, but, side people, end of the project, no more project coming. So side people, usually if we see jumping around is fine. Designer, more creative. I would say number one reason would be the culture.
Culture.
They would usually tell me I'm not getting along with my manager, or there is too many deadline after deadline, so I get to work super late at night. I don't have any work-life balance. The culture is toxic environment. I cannot talk to my boss. These kind of things. Which after that we tell them, please don't say that on the next interview. Don't criticize your boss in interview. But that's the main reason why they want to leave in the first place.
What are the trends of, say for example, Gen Zs, millennials? Do they say mostly on the work-life balance? Do people older have different reasons? Give us a range of their reasons.
Well, what we noticed, again, I'm not doing any generalization here, but sometimes millennials, they jump a bit faster because they are being brought up thinking they can have it all and they want to have it all fast. This is a generation where you want something, you get it. Yeah. Right? Even here, especially in Dubai, you have 9 minutes, right? 10 minutes is at the door, whatever you want. So they think that they can have it all so fast and they get frustrated. So they are in a position and they will go to their manager and they will say, oh, I want to be promoted. And the manager will back, you have to achieve this first. And they don't handle frustration much. That's what I've been told. So instead of just questioning themselves, they go back home, they cry, and after they handle resignation. This is not everyone, of course, but that's the trend we see, and they ask a lot about work-life balance. Also, the Gen Z, they want to work from Bali but you have to own this first. You have to first prove that you are independent, good at what you do. Then you can work from anywhere in the world, and they kind of do the shortcut here. They just want to be there too fast. Where I'm a millennial, so maybe I will be an advocate of millennial, but tend to stay a bit longer, try to first achieve, then move.
What are the redeeming qualities of Gen Zs, most especially in the workplace? Because I would imagine that companies would have no other option but to hire Gen Zs if they want to have a sustainable, corporate environment. So how do Gen Zs differ from millennials? What are the redeeming qualities?
They would know technology. They will know a lot about social media. Usually, even if they are designers, they know a bit about business, which back in time it was you're either a designer, either a business development. Usually they can wear multiple hats. They know about AI, which we all want. So that's why I think it's a two-way street in every company. I think the millennial can teach a lot, the Gen Z can teach a lot to the older generation and vice versa. It's not only, there is no only bad on one generation and good on another.
Yeah.
So I think, the technology, and usually they are very, they are happy and they get what they want, they'll work hard as well.
I agree with that. And you touched a little bit on artificial intelligence on AI. Is that a skill that employers want right now? What are the trends of employment in our industry as of the moment?
So I never had any client telling me I need the person to be strong with AI so far. No. They tell me I want someone strong with Grasshopper, with Revit, with specific software, Navis work, whatever they like, specifically in the company. AI, it's never been a requirement to date. I think most designers think that AI is still not a replacement of, no matter how good is the prompt, you still need a 3D visualizer to at the end do your 3D.
Yeah.
So it's not yet replacing the designers or anything like that. So it's not a must, but I think it's good to have some knowledge already.
What would you recommend people getting into AI? Where do they start?
Where do they start? I don't know. Maybe ask ChatGPT. I don't know. There are so many now software like that you can use for 3D, for rendering, and for, I don't know, even if you want to create a video on social media to promote yourself, your CV. There are so many tools out there. Even me, I'm a bit lost. I'm not a big fan of getting to learn AI enough, but yeah.
And if I may, since you brought up people using AI to enhance their CVs, how do you, as a recruiter, filter through what they try to fake it until they make it? Or how do you see what is authentic and what employers really want to see in their applicants?
I think through a CV, it's difficult to see if they're authentic or no, because you don't know them. But some are using even the AI kind of the avatar photo of themselves in
even the photos.
CV. Yeah, which I'm not too sure it's really a good idea, because we want to see who you are exactly, not the avatar of you. I mean, if we want to hire a robot, we'll find a robot. We want to hire a human being here. I think the best way to come off authentic is maybe in the CV, make sure you share about your hobbies. It's so important. Not only knowing which software you use, but if you like to play paddle, if you like to draw, if you think it's not important, but it is so important in a CV, because your future employee would like to know who you are outside of work as well, because you're going to spend 80% of your day with these people, even more. So they need to know if they can connect with you, if you have the same kind of hobbies, or what kind of human being. Are you more bubbly? Are you more quiet? Everything is fine, but they want to know just who you are. And same in the portfolio, I get the advice always that please include your art or your side passion. It doesn't have to be sketches, or it can be anything, photography. Even if you're passionate about AI, it's fine, you can mention it and put some of your work, so at least we know who you are. Is that answering the question?
Yeah, that's an important reminder as well, to always keep the human side. And in a fast-paced place like here in Dubai, it's all about work-life balance is hard, as you said your clients have mentioned, but it's important to keep that fire of what keeps us interested, what keeps us going outside of work.
Yeah, because we know when there is no human side. We know when it's all like now a LinkedIn post done by ChatGPT and not edited before. You know it's ChatGPT, right? You can know immediately. So you just feel like they are maybe a bit lazy, they just go on ChatGPT, copy and paste, and that's it. No, you have to edit it. You can get help from there, but you still have to put your touch on it. I mean, you cannot just copy and paste. I mean, anyone can do that. Yeah. What makes you different,
That is so interesting. Irene, do you put your hobbies on your CV?
I have attempted to. I'm trying to figure out how to draw the line between what seems to be an appropriate quote-unquote hobby that employers might be interested in seeing, versus what I feel like might be a bit less professional or more childish in a sense.
I've seen posts also on LinkedIn, Esther, that saying that, don't add your birthday on your CV or your hobbies because your employer doesn't care. Yeah, there are some posts saying that.
So date of birth is a huge topic
Yeah.
because in Europe it's not allowed. It's unethical to hire someone based on date of birth, based of race,
I see.
even the photo. In Europe, you're not supposed to put your photo because there is discrimination. You might not be hired because you're black or because you're Asian, which is completely wrong. We
Yeah.
say it's the person is about their skills, so we don't want to know how they look like. Here in the Middle East, it's completely different. We push people to put photo because that's what the market asks for. We recommend to put date of birth because also there is a lot about the visa here. It gets a bit more difficult to get visa over 60, for example. There are few things that we like to know your date of birth just for documentation, this kind of stuff. So we do ask to put the date of birth. And then hobbies, there is no childish hobby. I mean, anything is good, like cooking, whatever you like. I mean, it's just getting to know you. I would really put it. I mean, I think it's like, I know we're going to talk a lot about it and we are at UAP here, and it's a lot about the culture. It's a cultural things because in Europe also, I get taught that you have to be super professional, keep your boundaries, never talk anything personal with your boss. So when I first moved to Dubai, I remember, and I start working and they start talking. I joined a British company at that time, and they start talking about their weekend and every details. And I was like, oh my God, because for us, there's a huge boundary between the boss and the... So we always think a bit like you said.
Yeah.
Is it not professional to put this and all? But here in the Middle East, I think it's in between. We need a fine balance. We need to get to know you quickly so we know we can bond with you and keep things professional mostly on your social media and all. But as a hobby, I think everything is fine. Almost everything.
We touched slightly on the skills on AI. We touched on hobbies. I want to talk about like hard skills and soft skills. Now, in our industry, a lot of attention is given to people who can do Grasshopper, Revit, all these software technical skills. But in your experience as a recruiter, what can you say are the soft skills that we call them that are very important when hiring people?
Authenticity, I think. Not trying to be someone you are not, because we will see it. Adaptability, hardworking. I think my last guest in my podcast told me something so interesting. He said, now I just want to hire a good human being. So that's what he's looking for. Are they good human beings? That's all. Like, what is a good human being, you know? Someone honest, someone loyal, hardworking. If we see this in you, you'll get the job, even if you don't have all the hard skills, because that we can teach. But personality, we cannot really change it. So if we see some red flag, if the person is a bit dishonest, we might see it as a red flag and they might not hire you just because of that.
That is so interesting that how it always boils down to like how you're able to connect as a human being from one person to another.
Yeah.
And that raises the question of like, in our industry, we are connecting, we are networking right now. In the statistics, or in Dubai, not necessarily having statistics, no, like, how is networking important? Like, how does it play a role in getting hired when all of these social media channels, like we have Indeed, you have LinkedIn, you have... but how is knowing people face-to-face, physically, creating these relationships vital to succeeding or growing your career here in Dubai?
We'll be back after a short word from our sponsors.
So, Irene, just a question.
Yep.
If you could go to Korea, what would you do? South Korea.
All right. If I could go to South Korea, I would love to visit the temples and palaces. Yeah, the Gyeongbokgung Palace. And I'd love to wear their traditional wear, the hanbok. And I just like to try to imagine what it would be like back in the ancient times.
And for me, I would love to visit Seoul Tower. See more of their, modern architecture. What's like, it's interesting, right? All this architecture, the built city.
Yes.
Amazing in Seoul. And what would you want to eat?
Oh, for sure. Samgyup.
I would go to have samgyup with you in Korea.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And do you know that we can actually do it?
Yes, please.
If
How?
we book with MPQ Tourism,
Okay.
which is the sponsor for this video, by the way,
Okay.
they will actually plan out the entire 7-day itinerary for us from departure to arrival,
Nice.
everything taken care of.
Oh, we don't have to stress about when to transfer where, what bus
None of
to
that at
take.
all. Just you go there, you go to wherever you want to go, and then they bring you back.
Sounds fun. Let's get packing.
Let's get packing.
Yeah.
But before that, they should check out our show notes because all the information regarding MPQ Tourism is down there.
All right. See you guys in Seoul.
Yes, and thank you for sponsoring this video, MPQ Tourism.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
And now we're back to the episode.
Networking important? Like, how does it play a role in getting hired when all of these social media channels, like we have Indeed, you have LinkedIn, we have, but how is knowing people face to face, physically, creating these relationships vital to succeeding or growing your career here in Dubai?
I don't have the exact number, but I'm pretty sure it's more than half of the job are not actually posted on the social and on the website. So most of the job position, you will not find it anywhere. They will hire through their networking. So the first thing most business owner do and design studio owner is they ask around through referral, and then after that they will post a job. So if you just rely on applying, you will not get a job, of course. You might, of course, but you have less chances. The most important is who you know, and so those networking events are so important. There was a design award last week. I think this is good also to be there, even if you're not nominated, even if you didn't win an award, but just to meet and greet. The thing you do with the UAP, I mean, it's brilliant because not only do you connect with each other, but also you support each other. And when you show everywhere that you are here to give back and to support, you are coming across as a good potential employee as well, because that's qualities we want to see. So, yeah, 100%. I don't know about the rest of the world, but Middle East designers is all about networking. So you have to get out there, even if you're not comfortable.
And I have to agree with that. Like, I have, like, personally, like, the jobs I've had, it's all because of networks and like, knowing someone who is hiring and you being a good fit for that environment. Speaking of good fit, how do they find the right fit for their company? Because you mentioned earlier that it's a cultural thing, right? Each organization has different cultures. So what are the measures that companies use so that they can find this person is a good fit for my
Or is
company?
it more trial and error?
Yeah.
Yeah, cultural fit is so hard to assess only through interview. As you say, it's often a trial because you cannot. Sometimes you think, wow, perfect CV, perfect portfolio, interview goes so well, that person did so well in their previous job, and then they join you and there is a mismatch and the person is not happy anymore and they are not delivering at all the same way. So it is really, really hard to assess on an interview, but that's why most of my design company, they will try to go through a longer process for designers than for hiring, let's say, even site usually is more straightforward. Designer, often there is one more technical interview when they get to see the skills. There is usually a design test. There is also design presentation that help them to see, first of all, if the candidate is willing to go through all these steps, that shows a bit that they are really interested in the company. And then when they ask them to come back with their design and present it in front of them, they see how they present, how confident they are. So these are all signs of if it will be a cultural fit, in a sense that if they really like the company and if they like each other, then sometimes they have even a last step where it's just talking about even personal stuff, just to see how they get along and how they are in the same kind of mindset. And sometimes I have client telling me, I want to hire a designer. Everyone is very introvert and laid back in the office. Can I have someone a bit more bubbly this time? So when I interview, I make sure that they are this way. But yeah, cultural fit, I think you will never know 100% through the interview.
Yeah. So in your work, you mentioned earlier that a lot of factors come into play, like even cultural fit. Just a question, as a Filipino, like how much does nationality play a role in like shaping offers or the cultural fit? Like, and how are companies navigating these different nationalities?
Can you ask a question again?
Yeah. So in your work, you mentioned earlier that cultural fit is a big thing. You know, my question is like, how much does nationality, race play in shaping offers and career progression? Is that still a conversation that we have at the moment?
I'm really passionate about this topic. It's so close to my heart. And actually, I had Christine from UAP this week in my podcast to talk about this topic from Gage. I think cultural fit is nothing to do with nationality at all, like zero. But then nationality and discrimination, it's something really heavy here that we talk a lot about it. You can be any nationality and fit any job. It's not about that. But there is some misconception about Filipino are more technical. They will be more successful in drafting role than creative. Or a Filipino cannot be on a leadership role because they cannot lead a team. Wrong. Not true. It's so hard to see that because, and I think that's why we have to, and I think UAP is amazing for that because you showcase so many talented women like Monica, for example, from MoMA. I mean, this kind of women will really show how you can, it's not about the passport, like, or your background or your nationality, like you can be extremely successful at what you do as long as you work hard and you can break down all those misconceptions. I mean, to me, and there is also these things about female in a construction industry. It's a bit of the same thing. We have to fight harder just because of our passport, because of our gender. And I really hope it's changing, and I really hope it will change faster here in the Middle East.
Yeah, we had a guest, it was Monica and I last time, Miss Jen, who was like, she had that fighting spirit within her. Like when she got here, she didn't want just to be someone who would follow orders or take other people's, She, on her first interview, she said, I want to be senior. And she didn't compromise on that. And I think that right now, it's important that we have these conversations where we say that Filipinos, they're not just meant for the technical roles. Filipinos have that capacity to step up, take up leadership roles because they're good at what they do, and they are also talented in connections and in relationships with other people. And thank you for sharing that, because
please.
that's very important.
Yes.
Yeah. And how, I understand that you're the director, the founder of L&C Recruitment. How has your organization furthered this cause, like furthered this battle of us minorities seeking up better working opportunities, especially here in the UAE context?
So we don't accept discrimination. We would 100% never advertise anything discrimination. Now some clients come to us with some very specific requirements that can be, for example, I need someone to have a Western passport just because they have to travel to some UK client, and in this case, of course, like the passport will be, in this case we accept. But if they say anything about race, colors and all, we don't work with those clients. I mean, for me, it's so important. Even myself, I mean, I'm French, so you will think, oh, it's maybe easier for her. But no, I mean, I come from, like, my mom was a maid, actually. My dad was a taxi driver, and in my family, in my friends, we don't even study, go to university, and to get to where I am today, it was huge hard work. So I know how coming from when you don't come with everything on the table, you have to work harder. But I think it's a good thing, because that's what shapes you, When you have everything easy, you stop fighting, right?
I completely 100% agree with that. And, just because we're minority, in a country that is first world and everything. I think that we, as you said earlier, and thank you for sharing that about your parents, because we don't realize the amount of privilege that we're fighting, the battles on privilege that we fight every day. You guys, you girls as women also have faced like tremendous challenges, especially in the Middle East community. Talk to us about that, Esther, like the challenges of that women face, most especially in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, there are so many women. They go to client meeting, and the client is like, "So when is your boss coming?" And they're like, "No, it's me. I mean, I've been leading all this project. I did it all on my own. So you will talk to me." No, I think it's a big thing. Women, moms as well. And I actually started something called the Return to Work Mom in architecture to just support this cause, because when you're a mom, also you face a full other set of challenges. So sorry, I'm going into a bit of another topic, but I think it's linked to women, what we face.
It's interconnected
yes,
as well.
Yes. And in company, when you have kids, they will go like, school run, or they will think maybe you're 35, you're going to have baby, so they will not want to hire you, because then they know you're going to be on leave and you're going to be... So it's also another challenge we have to face. We have to prove ourselves one more time. But I was talking about this earlier, how once you're a mom, you learn how to be 10 times more efficient. So maybe you're going to do the school run, but maybe you will be 2 hours less in the office than some non-parents sitting next to you, but you will be so much more efficient that you will be much more valuable for the company. But again, it's the same thing. It's you have to fight harder when you are women. I think you did you face any struggle also by being a woman in this industry?
So far, since I have had more junior roles, I've just been sitting, taking orders, but then I'm being inspired by people like you who are taking up leadership positions and finding your own companies, helping people really connect and find the right fit in their own careers. And I'd like to say that we are in a unique position here in the UAE, where it's really a global melting pot, where we have people from all walks of life, from all races, and I believe it's also part of your passion to emphasize that it's not about that, and we should look beyond what is skin deep, and we should really see what people have to offer, because the UAE is supposedly open to that. So I'd like to thank you on sharing your company's stances as well.
But you say you're more general and all, but right now you're a leader, just doing this podcast, making sure your voice is heard. I mean, kudos to you.
That's inspiring. Thank you so much.
Chills. I think this is a good time to cap the episode, because even in the recruiting industry, it's all about that humanness, that connection. And as minorities in the industry, I don't even think we should think of ourselves as minorities, because we have that capacity to step up. We have that capacity to face the organizations and to face any trivialities that any company has. And if we use our platforms, and this is one beautiful thing that L&C Recruitment, you're probably the most famous person on LinkedIn, Esther. I think all of us see Esther's posts on LinkedIn. All the offers, like if you're an architect in Dubai, please do follow Esther, because she has the best opportunities for everyone. And I think that what you're doing in the company is so important. And I speak as a Filipino here in Dubai, and I think that all of us here can attest to that. So thank you so much for your company and for the service that you give, not only to Filipinos but to all other nationalities here in Dubai. Now, Esther, do you want to plug anything? Do you want our viewers to follow you on whatever social media platforms you're on? This is your chance. You can speak to our audience.
Yeah, can I just say one more thing instead? Because I think they know where to find me. You just put Esther Echevarria on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
No, I just want to say that, I mean, just follow your dream. I mean, again, you said because you're Filipino, maybe it's harder. Maybe because you're a woman, it's harder. Maybe because you're disabled, it's harder. There is so many stuff. Or because you are going through a divorce, everyone is fighting hard battle behind the scene. Not many people have it easy. Just follow your dream. And if you work hard, no matter what your background is, you can succeed. Just be consistent. Keep working and follow your dream, and thank you for having me today.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Esther.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. I loved it. I enjoyed the conversation.
Lines to Legacies is a production by the United Architects of the Philippines Dubai chapter. It's directed by me, Alexis Reyes. Edited by Marvin Berses and Surzan James Gulay. Research and writing by Katrina May Lim and Marivic Matellano. Hosted by Alexis Reyes, Irene Domingo, and Monica Morebi. Special hosts are Patrick Soriano and Carmina Austin Mamangun. Guest coordination by Van Adrian Latigay. Social media managing by Norlene Clarice Felizario, Edna Marie Optinalia, and Ran Dudang. Production design by Onofre Giao and Junilin Gallo. Operations is by Chris Garcia. Introduction is by Camila Latigay. And the podcast beat was produced by Patrick Soriano. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Lines to Legacies. See you next time on another episode of Lines to Legacies, a production by the United Architects of the Philippines Dubai chapter.